Morning in TGIF, folks. Today is Friday, November 30, 2018. You're watching the Daily Mix TV by Hill Story Marketing. Hi, my name is Sean Patrick Hillman. So AT&T has announced plans to offer 3 versions of a video streaming service screening both original movies and television series from Warner Brothers, Turner, and HBO. The telecom giant seeks to capitalize on its acquisition of Time Warner, which was recently renamed Warner Media. They're looking to compete with rivals like Netflix, Amazon Prime, and Walt Disney Company, which has plans for a similar online service. AT&T wants to bring this new service to life by the end of next year, 2019. Now, they haven't told us how much the 3-tiered service will cost, but they did state that over time, licensed content from other media companies will be included in the offering. Now, the streaming competition is heating up severely. There are new announcements almost every week about services that are being developed. Now, it's interesting because Verizon, they have Oath and a handful of content providers and things like that they package into mobile deals. AT&T has DirecTV and DirecTV Now, which they also package into mobile deals. So it's an interesting time in telecom, especially in the mobile space, with these providers also becoming entertainment and content companies. So AT&T has always diversified its holdings. That is why it has withstood the test of time for as long as they have. But with this new announcement, it's a brilliant move. They have a bulletproof content library from Warner Brothers, the likes of which no one else can really boast. So for them to be able to do this, perhaps packaging it into AT&T mobility plans or home plans, is a very smart business move. So looking forward to seeing how this works out. Now, what happens when there's a big infighting at a large company in retail? Well, more often than not, it leads to serious losses and public image issues. So let's take J.Crew as an example. The company has long been known for quality clothing via its catalog and stores. Well, former CEO James Brett had come up with a series of plans to help bolster the company's sales and drive new interest in the aging fashion brand. He wanted to launch a budget clothing line to capitalize on the off-price trend, as well as, for the first time, bring his company's products to the Amazon ecosystem. Well, yesterday, J.Crew announced that they are scrapping its budget clothing line Mercantile only 3 months after launch and the newly launched Never End brand. Now, employees were informed of this move late yesterday in a memorandum. The company is currently without a CEO. As I said, James Brett left. He departed earlier this month. You see, Brett didn't agree with the company's board about turnaround plans to revive the business. Now, excuse me, no one knows what the argument was about, but it did result in Brett resigning and leaving. So Mercantile is the only brand that J.Crew sells on Amazon, and that deal was struck by Brett before his departure. And it signaled a reversal of the company's philosophy, their long policy of resisting Amazon. You see, therein lies the problem. In consumer products, especially fashion and beauty, you cannot go from mass to prestige. So that means you can't start at a Walmart and then begin selling at Bloomingdale's or Saks Fifth Avenue. You can, however, start in department and fine stores and trade down, launching capsule collections or other products into mass like Target and Walmart and so on. For J.Crew, the board clearly has no interest in going the mass, wholesale, or off-price route. That leads to brand value degradation. We've seen it many times. But shouldn't they have had that conversation off the record or off book and not in the media? Because this is only going to lead to serious problems for J.Crew, who's had a very, very rocky couple of years. Now, let me ask you a question. Do you think you know fashion? Can you tell the difference between a designer shoe or handbag versus a mass market one or a knockoff? Well, discount shoe retailer Payless wanted to prove a point about the quality of their offerings, so it opened a luxury shoe store pop-up called Palessi and filled it with the brand's inexpensive footwear. Payless Shoes via agency DCX Growth Accelerator invited so-called fashion influencers to the grand opening of Palessi and asked their opinions on the designer wares. Some of these influencers even paid between $200 and $600 for shoes that typically cost $20 or $40. Partygoers, having no idea that they were looking at discounted staples from a mall, said they'd pay hundreds of dollars for the stylish shoes, praising the look, materials, even the workmanship. The top offer, $640, which translates to an 1,800% markup. Palessi sold about $3,000 worth of product in the first few hours of this stunt. Now, Payless did bring up those purchases, but didn't keep the money. Influencers got their cash back, along with free swag, shoes, the whole shebang. Now, the reactions caught in these short and long form ads, those shocked gotcha moments, are fairly priceless.
It's just stunning. Elegant, sophisticated.
These are actually from Payless.
You've got to be kidding me.
Click below to order from Payless.com now.
Payless CMO Sarah Couch says the chain aimed to go really headlong in against the brand's perception issues. And she's doing this at a time when retailers are feeling like the giant e-commerce sites are really starting to gain steam. Now, ads supporting the effort, such as what you saw, and the stunt will run on cable TV networks like Bravo, Lifetime, TBS, Telemundo, and USA, as well as on social channels like Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram, all throughout the holidays. This is a very, very smart move for Payless, and here's my 2 cents on it. Stunts like this, if executed correctly, can lead to serious revenues. When you think about how Payless and DCX did this, I am so proud of DCX for this. It's a brilliant stunt. They have content that they're now pouring into an online and broadcast video campaign. So they capitalized on multiple uses for their spend. It wasn't just about a pop-up or a stunt or a campaign. It is using budget and execution wisely across multiple disciplines to work smarter, not harder. Brilliant. I love stunts like this that literally turn the industry on its ear, especially with groups like influencers. Even though these influencers were duped, they're going to talk about Payless until the end of time, because this was a very smart move. It showcased the quality of their product without them having to use marketing to say it in their face. It's a very brilliant way to go after a new customer and to expand your reach, and that's when it goes viral. When an influencer really, really loves your brand and others pick up on it, it starts to gain steam, and that's exactly what happened with Payless. It is refreshing to see a brand like Payless thinking outside of the box and having some fun. After all, if you can't have fun in marketing, what's the point? Now, if you missed out on Giving Tuesday, please consider participating in Rock 'em Rawhide's holiday auction. Rock 'em Rawhide is the charity that my wife and I started 7 years ago to help increase the level of adoptions of dogs and cats in shelters. Every penny from this auction is going back to our holiday giving program. So we go in, we buy, toys, bedding, food, medical supplies at cost or below, and then deliver them directly into the cages at shelters across the country. Now, in this auction, there are tickets, 2 tickets for the sold-out New York Jingle Ball concert with Elvis Duran and the Morning Show on Z100, featuring Cardi B, Shawn Mendes, and Camila Cabello, amongst many others. It's December 7th, next Friday, at Madison Square Garden. It was given to us by our board member, Elvis Duran, who I talked about earlier in the week. It's a great concert, and it's always a blast. And I said it's sold out. I mean, tickets are going for like $2,500 a pop on some of the auction sites. So on top of that, you have gym memberships thanks to the Zampetti family, who have the Gold's Gym franchise in Bridgewater, New Jersey. You've heard me talk about them before. Great family. It is a Gold's Gym membership, but it's not specific to just Bridgewater. There's also puppy and dog training by celebrity dog trainer Kate Perry, as well as cleaning appliances from Bissell specific for your pet, and more. Now log on to facebook.com/rockandrawhide for more. Now for this week's Flashback Friday, this was a big day in video game history. On this day in 1984, Excitebike hit Nintendo Entertainment System consoles around the globe. I remember playing this in Super Mario Brothers for hours on end with my friends. Now, to make some of us feel even older, 46 years ago yesterday, Atari released Pong, which has long been credited as the original coin-op video arcade game. It's really funny when you think about how video games are like, what they're like today versus what they are in these classics. So, very cool stuff. Loved playing Pong. And frankly, I miss the classics a lot. My name is Sean Patrick Hillman. I'm the CEO of Hill Story Marketing. I'm also the editor-in-chief of the Daily Mix TV. Have a great weekend, folks. We'll see you on Monday.